So I'm late. Got a meeting at 7 today. It's Monday 28th and I decided to start vlogging. But first things first. Priorities. Ready for our meeting? I actually host a group, like WhatsApp group, where there's like 10 of us, 11 of us, just agency owners that, you know, just it's a little bit of accountability basically. And what we're about to have a call because it's the end of the year, just to have like a little catch up.
Guys, but but at the moment sitting on like 5 clients, maybe trying to push on a bit more, like I think Matt said it as well, like higher retainer, like over I think 1.5 you said, wasn't it?
Me, yeah, I want to go for I want to be 1.5 minimum, like.
So I had to order something from Selfridges, but I wasn't aware that you can do pickups and collections from here. So, because I thought it was closed because of COVID and stuff. So we're gonna go check it out and basically do a pickup from Selfridges. Just concluded the events of picking up late Christmas present to one of our friends, basically. So what happened today? Checked up a few emails to run a few ads for our clients. Clients are happy. However, spontaneously, we got an email from a client that we reached out to about 3-4 months ago. They're like a luxury brand who do like concierge and stuff. And she reached out saying that she's interested in our services and she wants to set up a call for tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. in the morning. So, which is cool because I wake up at like 6:30 every day anyway. But it's on the 31st, so we don't stop. Little story about probably more like a month ago now. I tried to dye my hair really like light blonde, and it flopped. So I ended up going like a yellowy orange kind of color. But I was like, fuck it, like let me just keep this for 2 weeks, and then after this I'm gonna dye it again. But then we went into lockdown, so I've got this weird orange, God knows what color it is, color hair. So I'm gonna go into Boots now and get a good dye so I can dye it tonight and get ready for 31st basically. So yeah, start the year off right. Not with this, but yeah.
We would kick into your £3,000 around that time.
Yeah.
Or April, May. But yeah, we was happy to sort of, I think we'll be happy to start at the present moment, given that we're not even technically allowed to spend the money, right?
Yeah.
Before March financial year, right? We're really strict on accounts.
Hey guys, first and foremost, thank you for getting to this part of the video. This is the part of the video where I'm actually going to be talking about what the title is about. I am new to this whole YouTube stuff. This is the first video that I have. Obviously, I've had my whole podcast videos, but this is more like me talking to the camera rather than me talking to someone, basically. So yeah, as you can see, going back to what I was saying in my previous videos, my hair, it didn't work. I tried to dye it platinum. Came out like a like a brown type of color. It came out like a brown type of color. So yeah, and I look like I just got out of bed because I got this thing that doesn't go down. But yeah, anyway, thank you first and foremost for getting to this part of the video. The first part was a little bit about what it is I do throughout my day. You saw a little bit of Noah there, but I wanted to get into this basically, which is how I think you can make, or anyone can make, $100,000 in 2021. The question that I get, whether it's on messages or whether it's just family and friends that, you know, I haven't really spoken to, and they're like, so what do you actually do to make money? And in a nutshell, I run an SMMA. An SMMA is social media marketing agency. I've been running mine for just over 2 years now, basically. And when I started, we was a full service social media marketing agency where we were doing paid ads, you know, Facebook, Instagram ads. We were doing social media management. We were doing web branding. We were doing logos. But since then, a year and a half ago, or a year ago, I think, just over a year ago, we narrowed it down to just paid ads. So what is it we actually do? So essentially we run ads, so Facebook and Instagram ads for businesses. and we just make them more sales. Mainly now we've moved on to online businesses because of everything that's going on with the pandemic. In a nutshell, that's literally what you do, and you can make so much money off it, which is why I'm making this video, to be able to show you guys and explain to you guys that, you know, it can be done, and more importantly, it can be done with no experience and no capital or investment. And I'm actually going to get into that in this video. So in this video, I'm actually going to go into 6 tools as well that you can actually use, or anyone can actually use, to start your own marketing agency, and you can start reaching out to clients, and you can start bringing clients on and just making, even if it's not $100,000 in a whole year, you can start making an extra $1,500, an extra $2,000 a month. And that, to so many people, is so much, it's so helpful. So yeah, there is no better business in 2021 to open or start than an SMMA. The reason why is because you don't need investment, and you don't need capital, and essentially you don't need experience. You can actually have a Uber business model, which, you know, what I mean by that is, you know, Uber doesn't own any cars, Airbnb doesn't own any accommodation. I'm going to get into it a bit later down the line, but you know, that's not what I'm recommending. It's always good for you to actually learn every trick and every trade of your business. Take courses on how to, you know, run ads. I might make some videos on how to actually run ads as well, because I'm looking to create videos, hopefully, I wouldn't say weekly, I'm not going to promise anything, but yeah. So one of the topics that people within the actual marketing agency, and me myself, feels like this sometimes, is how saturated is the SMMA industry. And you know, once you actually get into the industry and you're into the YouTube and Instagram and Facebook SMMA industry, you will start thinking as if you are in a very, very saturated market, but it's just because you're in it. When you actually start, like, you know, realizing, you actually start understanding that there's millions and millions of businesses out there, and there's only a tiny amount of SMMA owners. It's so unsaturated, basically. And what an unsaturated market means is, 1, you can sign a lot of clients, and 2, it means that when you're outreaching and when you're prospecting, and when you're going on calls with clients, and even when you have clients and you lose them, it shouldn't really bother you, or don't get attached to clients, because, you know, there's an abundance of them. And you know, you should always have that abundance thinking when it comes to money, when it comes to business, because you know, you just live a happy life, basically. The reason why I also think that there's no better business to start than SMMA in 2021 is because you don't need zero investment. You need zero investment and zero capital. So if you're someone that, you know, either isn't a risk taker, so you don't really want to invest in something, or you just, you know, you don't really have any money or any savings and you want to start your own business, and SMMA is the best way to go about things, because you don't need anything. The reason why you don't really need anything is because the tools and the platforms that you need to use in order to get, you know, start your business and get clients results, you can use them for free, or at a minimum, basically. So one of the best things about an SMMA is the fact that you actually keep 80 to 90% of the profit that you're actually bringing in, basically revenue wise. So as I mentioned previously, the fact that you need zero investment or zero capital to be able to start an SMMA agency, here are 6 tools. I think I said 7. Here are 6 tools that you can use to start your SMMA agency straight away. Obviously, these are foundational, so eventually when you do grow and you do get more clients and you do get profits in, start looking at, you know, more tools, start buying the pros of the tools that I'm about to give you. So first and foremost, let's pretend your agency is called Metal Channel, and that's literally because I can see that it's called there. I don't know why, but let's say your agency is called Metal Channel. Yeah. The first tool that you need is a Gmail. You can start by registering metalchannel@gmail.com, and then also Instagram is completely free, obviously, as everyone knows. On Instagram, you create a profile for your agency, and the third one that you can actually do, which is actually free, is Wix. So you can actually create a website on Wix, which is free. The only thing that you need to actually understand is that you're using their actual domain on your URL, basically. So you can call it metalchannel.wixsite.com, and you can, you know, have your website actually free. I actually was able to get my first client without even having a website. So so you understand just how, I wouldn't say unimportant, but it's not, you know, top tier important when it comes to importance to have an actual website, basically. The other 3 tools that you actually need in order to start that are actually free are Zoom. You know, Zoom is actually free when you're having a conversation one-to-one. If you do get more than one person on Zoom, then obviously you get cut off after 40 minutes. Aside from Zoom, you need Stripe. So Stripe is the only thing I'm going to mention out of these 6 tools that you actually pay for. And when I say pay for, it's just a certain percentage that gets taken from an amount that gets paid in by a client. So you wouldn't necessarily have to pay Stripe, you would have to pay them once the payment comes in. So I think they take from 1.5 to 3% of anything. I think it's 1.5 if it's domestic payments. And the last one is Ads Manager. So Ads Manager is completely free once again for you to be able to run ads for a client. So these are the 6 tools that you will need to start your Smma agency, which in theory are completely free. So you can literally set up your agency with these tools and just, you know, start your outreach to clients and bringing them in and start running ads for them. As you can see, this means that you don't necessarily need any investment or capital to be able to start your Smma agency. And now going back to the why I mentioned Uber business model, and the reason why I think it's so important to understand this is because you can actually start a marketing agency. If you're someone who has no experience in ever running ads, you can hire a media buyer for about £500 to £1,000, depending on where you like their experience also. So to put this in context, you can bring a client on board that's giving you £2,000 a month, and you can immediately outsource the work for paid ads to someone for about 500, which means that you take in the profit with the remaining, which is the 1,500, and all you really do is the selling. Now, ideally, like I mentioned to you before, you do want to learn ads because you never know what could happen with your media buyer. So yeah, this is the type of Uber business model that can be incorporated into the Smma agency, basically. And now going to the main focus of the video, which is why I said you can actually make $100,000 in 2021, is because if you think about it, you only need to make £8,333 or dollars in a month to be able to reach the 100K mark in a year. And you know, if you think about the fact that you can close clients for about 1.5 to 5K a month, basically, you only necessarily need about 4 to 5 clients a month to be able to break that 8.3K a month barrier. And after that, you're obviously making more than the $100,000 a month. So that's why I think this is the best business model and the best business to start in 2021. So this is what I do essentially. Yeah, that's the business that I run. Hopefully it gives you guys a better understanding of what it is that I do. I'm actually going to be creating more videos throughout the whole year, you know, tips and tricks, and also talking about my experience. So you're going to be seeing how, hopefully, fingers crossed, God's willing, that my agency grows as well. So yeah, some action steps for you guys. Basically, I'd like you guys to comment down below what your thoughts were on the actual video, because I want to get your opinion. I want to see if anyone's actually interested in starting an Smma. My second action step is, if you are interested in starting an Smma, just drop me a message on IG. We can get talking. I can see how I can help you. And number 3 is subscribe, please, because I've just started. So I'm gonna try and grow this channel. And even just not grow the channel, but I just want to keep myself accountable basically for my agency and just see my growth. So see my growth from here to 2 years to 3 years. I wanted to start making vlogs, but you know, with the whole pandemic and lockdown, it's pretty boring to do anything. So I'm just going to start giving value videos like this, basically talking about my agency experience. I'm talking about, you know, tools and tips that you like, you know, if anyone out there wants to start their own social marketing agency, even if it's just one person, I think I said 2, even if it's just one person, I want that actually, you know, this goes out and motivates to start their own marketing agency. Hopefully they can follow my videos, because I'm just going to be giving tips and hints for you to basically start your own agency. So yeah, thank you guys so much for staying all the way to the end of the video, if you have, obviously. And yeah, you'll be seeing more of me on YouTube on the YT. So yeah, peace.